Footy season. Max joins us again in the studio. How many All-Australians for you, Max?
7.
7-time All-Australian.
You're hogging it.
What did you get
If you
to?
don't. I
7?
5.
5.
So that's 12 between us.
That's why.
I was stiff a couple times.
Who were you? But you were
stiff, were you?
Rewald v. Brown. I would have been the whole
Brownie, Pav, a couple. Or Buddy.
time. Yeah.
Buddy.
Pav's 8, isn't he? Pav's a lot.
Pav's 6, I think.
Okay.
6 or 7.
So you still remember the ones you reckon you should have got that you didn't get?
07.
07? There it is. We're talking about his son earlier.
Yes.
Got a third. Reckons he did better than that. And he's chucked the medal in a. This is school of sports.
Not happy.
Not happy.
Athletics.
Chucked the medal in the bin.
Not happy with third.
Binned it.
Is that like you? Were you competitive as a kid?
No, I'm not athletically gifted. I'm taking third. I don't. It's an interesting decision.
It might be more a reflection on my parenting.
On the Rewald bloodline. Can I ask you this? When did you know you were a good footballer? What age did you make that connection that I can play this game?
I was winning some best and fairest a bit as a junior, but I didn't get selected into those rep teams until I was 17. So
Yeah.
I took a while. The rep teams are normally 14, 13.
You're still smoking a packet of cigarettes
That
a day
didn't
at
help.
that stage, weren't you?
And Dominoes as well. I was eating a piece of a shift.
Were you big? Were you always really tall?
I shot up when I was 17. Yeah.
Right.
Put on some weight when I was 17. So everything happened in that year,
Late
year 12
bloomer.
year.
It's how you want to do it because the kids typically that you played sort of under 10s, under 12s footy with, the best kids.
A big.
And you always think, they're going to be the ones, but it never really worked out like that, at least in my experience. That it was the late bloomers that ended up having big careers. Hey, the reason I asked about All-Australian is because international rules got put back on the agenda by Andrew Dillon yesterday. Would you have interest in that?
Yeah, I would happily play for Australia. I mean, if the money's right. It's got to be
Free trip to Ireland.
On a free trip
case
to
of
Ireland.
Guinness.
Have you done the free trip to Ireland?
I did it in 2004 and it was amazing. I was
Yeah.
a young bloke, had my 21st in Dublin. James Hird was the captain, so there a bit of prestige. But then did it in 2015 and we stopped on the way to Ireland, had the training camp in New York.
I saw that.
So we trained in Central Park. That's where we did all our training sessions and then went and played the game in Dublin.
That smells. That smells of a junket.
Smells of a
That
junket.
was massive. That was when Eddie became chef de mission.
Yeah,
for the
he
team.
did. Eddie
Like,
drives
yeah,
that.
he
He's
drove
very
it.
passionate about it.
I would love to. I don't think there's a position for me on the field in terms of a 208 centimetre ruckman. Maybe goalkeeper. Dustin Fletcher did it for years. Brendan Goddard was the latest one.
Tried it. Yeah.
So they're looking for one. So I'd put my hand up.
That might be the spot.
Maybe that's the spot.
It's interesting. So the All Australian, I reckon it must have been like sort of 2012, something like this. They started giving all the players a blazer.
Yes.
So you get your blazer and it's cool, but there's always a bit of looking around. So Max's pocket would be very full because they inscribe all of the years that you've actually made it. Is that a bit of a flex off when you're at the awards night?
I don't normally think about it like that. It certainly will be if I get invited again. Now I'll be putting that pocket out. There's a few like I've been in most teams with McGovern. I think McGovern's maybe 5 or 6, and Bonts. These guys. And you do have a look, and there's a lot of numbers there below. I would love to play the All Australian. So in early 2010,
It should be like the military with awards.
That's what it's
You know,
like.
you've
Yeah,
got-
it
you've
is.
got
It's
the-
kind of like
you've
that.
got
Like
the
the medals.
awards that go
Oh,
off
he's
the
got
edge.
he's got a
He's got a
Victory
Purple
Cross
Heart.
Yeah.
they fell away with the All Australian because for a while there it wasn't the All Australian team that was playing in that gala game. It sort of was anyone could play.
That's right.
Really.
I gave a drive by. I don't know if you heard. They said, like who?
I
Like, who
asked him
played
to
it? And
name
I
who
said,
were the
well,
bad players.
Zach Smith one year played for Australia. And
I'm not going to go down in the path you did and
I
name
shouldn't
some
have.
players.
Give us one.
I should have.
Well, I mean, while I remember he's a good mate. Jack Trengrove played, and he's only played 80 games.
Yeah,
and
well, there
nowhere
you go.
near an
Played
All-Australian.
for Australia.
Played for Australia.
Yeah, so
No,
that's
it's premature.
That's where it.
Can
sort
you
of
be
lost its
stripped of
way.
your title?
That's where it's lost its way.
You're from New Zealand, though.
Rosie?
Mick Gawn.
Yeah, I am. Well, technically, I'm born in Frankston, which is
Well
but,
done.
you know.
me and you both.
Frankston's favourite son.
Frankston Hospital.
No, but I've spent some time. I woke up there once and it didn't go well.
He's a gold member of the emergency department. Yeah.
Were you born in Frankston?
Born in Frankston.
What
yes.
you are. There should be a statue for you.
And then had spent some time in New Zealand and then spent some more time in Frankston again.
There you go. It's
The glamour.
It's the glamour.
it's all in the biography.
Thursday night footy, we're on tonight. We're back at the
are.
MCG. Carlton taking on the Hawks. Take me inside the Carlton locker room and meeting room this week. How do you think that would have gone down? So Michael Voss clearly really disappointed with Carlton's performance last week. How do you find the balance between being really hard on the group, that's not acceptable, but understanding it's still round one?
Yeah, that would have been the longest week of their careers, to be honest. When you lose round one, because you've done 2 months, 3 months of prep going into round one. Carlton think they're top 4. I mean, everyone at this point probably thinks they're top 8 at least, and you go out and you lose to a side that you thought you were going to beat. That's a big week. So not only have you got to try and get yourself around to then being a good version of yourself by the end of the week, if you're still thinking about Richmond, you're a long way behind coming up against Hawks. And then also you got to play the right way. So football now, if you commit too many people to the ball, which is what you do when you get yelled at, go get the ball, like
Everyone goes in.
show a bit of spirit, everyone goes in
Over
hard.
race a bit.
Yeah, you then get beat as well because they keep you outside and Hawks do that better than anyone. So it's tough. They got to channel a bit of, let's forget about Richmond, let's focus on Hawthorn, and let's not overcommit and play the way we've been doing the whole preseason.
How much when you're like Carlton and you've had decades as a club of not performing, which you're familiar with, and turning it around, does that play in your mind too? Because yes, it's just a first round win, but it's a disappointing one. And then it's like, oh, same old Carlton. It's 10 years. Did you feel that a bit more? The pressure's bigger because you didn't 2 years ago win a premiership or something like that?
Yeah, the expectation of a club can wear you down as a player. Since 21, we've been saying for 3 years we want to win one at the G. And we just put that out there, and that's been our expectation. And we've just been trying to live up to this. We're going to win a grand final at the G. It's so hard to play finals, let alone win a final, let alone get to the granny. So that's a tough expectation. And Carlton are probably in that now. Their fans are thinking this is their
Same
time
old
now.
Carlton is
Same old Carlton comes in. So it is tough. Yeah, as much as you want to be with your fans, you have to shut out your fans sometimes as well. And that's probably a chance that Carlton could do it. Not during the game. They need them during the game, but probably week.
You've often shut me out when I'm hanging outside your house.
We had a strong Twitter relationship for a while, didn't we?
So Port Adelaide faced something pretty similar this weekend. So Carlton, the expectation would be that they bounce back, not necessarily win. For Port Adelaide, knowing that if you're coming into this game against Richmond, if you don't win this game, they're going to burn Alberton to the ground. Yep. Like it's that sort of temperature. How do you deal with that as a player? Yeah,
so this is exactly, if you listen to noise external, you think Richmond are bad. If you're listening to external noise, like Carlton potentially did last week, you think Richmond are bad. What you got to do is you got to set it up that Richmond blew Carlton away in these areas, and they'll be number one in the comp for something. If it's contested possession or there'll be something, focus on how good they are at that. Yeah. And that all the boys will be sitting there going, okay, they actually are quite a good team here. This is going to be hot. And then you get yourself in the right mindset.
Yeah. So do you guys have a similar conversation about North this week?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. North, we know, move the ball better than anyone from D50 to forward 50. So if we let them do that, Larky kicks 10. We don't have Stephen May. So we've got to try and shut that down. So bang, we're like, okay, we're going to be on our toes.
There's a lot at stake after the first round. Just before we go tonight, just the bad weather that helps Carlton, doesn't it? Because Hawthorn are
they're very skillful. I haven't seen them in the wet. I can't picture Hawthorn in the wet. So they're
and just for Carlton fans, Metro Trains have put on extra services at 3/4 time. So
nice.
don't be frightened. Good. Go along. There'll be plenty of opportunity to get home safely.
Boy.
I think I've got a relatively good relationship with Carlton fans, so I'm going to leave you on that one. And just sit back here.
Honey Maxie, good luck for the D's this weekend.